All right. Hello, we're back again to the dead stream. Oh gosh. Here we are. Hope you guys are having a good day today so far. Let's get into it. Um, all right. So let's work out the um, let's work out the uh, uh, um, let's work. Where did we leave off yesterday? I did a lot. Okay, so yesterday I made all these enums and built out the return and sale and listing tables, right? So we probably need to restart our database to get all that in there. What else did we do? Yeah, we have the enums for various reasons on certain return enums, right? Cool. Um, let's get this started. Anybody here? Anybody? Okay. Let's get started. So, I guess our next thing we need to do is we have the ability to add products. Is we need to, I guess, on the product page, right? On the product page itself, we'll need to fetch all of the um, listings, right? We'll need to fetch all of the listings. We'll need to fetch all of the sales for a given product, if there are any. And we'll fetch the so the product has a stage history. Right? And the stage history has a map list of all of its stage history entries. And its most recent stage history entry is its most recent stage. Okay. So let's go ahead and just try some stuff out here. We're going to cd into server. We're going to go docker compose down -v docker compose up -d. We're going to do cd uvcorn main server main app --reload. When initializing mapper product expression listing failed to locate name listing. If this is a class, then we can start adding this relationship. We would have products, which will be to listing. But it's looking for listing. Expression listing failed to locate name listing. If this is a class name, consider adding it to the relationship to the class server.models for product. So we have listings here, which is mapped list listing is a relationship listing back populates product. I have listings here. Consider adding class after both dependent classes have been defined. I guess let's just move this to the bottom. I don't know. No, that didn't work. When initializing mapper, products expression, sale, find location, sale. Okay, so this just becomes a thing. We have this relationship which backpopulates product. We have this error, but we have this product already established. The important part is that sale is a string forward reference, which is fine by itself, but SQL Alchemy still needs the sale class to be registered in the declarative base before mapper configuration. Sale has been imported anywhere before SQL Alchemy initializes the wrapper. Given the architecture you've been building, I suspect you're doing something like this. But nothing causes sale to be imported before base metadata wrapper configuration occurs. In fact, doing that can create product circular imports. Instead, make sure your application's model initialization imports all models. Oh, wait, yeah, so we need to go back to our init and import more models here. From server dot models dot return import return from server dot models dot sale import sale from server models dot listing. Okay, type object does not support item assignment in listing here. So listing end reason, map listing end reason. Default none. Type error. Type object does not support item assignment. This is from SQL Alchemy enum here. Product. That's SQL Alchemy. We do import enum here. So we do map colon enum product stage default product stage. What does this mean? I'm getting killed by these errors. You're trying to assign listing and reason or none. The type of indentation you want is with a colon. Wait. Listing and reason. Oh, that's so dumb. Why didn't I see that? Mapper. No property sale. The property was indicated from other mappers or configured events in configured to called. Let's try it. Okay, so we get this error now. Registries mapper get property key. Invalid request error. Mapper listings. Listing of listings has no property sales. So listing, I don't have any relationship for sales tied to this listing, but sale, I have listing ID here with a mapped listing here tied to sale. So on listing, I guess listing, okay, so let's ask, I don't have the relationship established on the listing for a sale, right? But how can the listing point to the sale? I don't really want it to point to the sale because the sale would point to the listing. I don't know. Kind of confused on this one. Your relationship direction and designation, your instinct is basically correct. So property sales. I mean, some other model is trying to backpopulate sales, but listing doesn't actually have a sales relationship. Right? There's no sales here. Structure is product listing sale. A sale occurs from a particular listing. The natural ownership is listing. One thing can potentially will sell records over its lifetime. So I don't know, would we have a sale ID associated with a listing? I don't think so. So sales would be a mapped sales would be a mapped sale, or it would be a list of sale, right? Or none. I guess no, we won't have an or none, or just list of sale. I guess it'd be or none. It would be an empty list. Which is equal to a mapped column, right? Where we're gonna have the type for SQL Alchemy here, which will be a quote sale. Back populates. Or whoops, sorry, not mapped column. A relationship for sale. Back populates listing, right? Because sale has the listing associated with it. So you can make it bi-directional relationship by not putting a back populating. So on the sale for the listing ID listing relationship, you would remove this. So if I don't want the listing to know about sales, because the listing just has a like listing start, listing end reason, right? And this would be like, oh, it's sold. Oh, so maybe we do. Okay. Let's do. What is going on? Come on, kill this. Okay, so let's go back into CD server. Let's go docker compose down -v. Compose up -d. Restart our Docker container here. CD out of this. UVcorn, start our server. And then let's hit our seeder. Python and run a module server dot database dot seeder. That ran a seed, okay, and then let's go client npm run dev. Okay, so here we are. We should be okay. We should know. Whoops. Oh shoot. No, this should be fine. This is running our server. Okay, good. So if we refresh, good. We're getting our things here. Hey, Goth here. How's it going? Okay. What we're gonna do is we have a product. We have all of our stuff set up now. So what we need to do is display all the listings on a product. So let's add a product. Abercrombie top shirt. Small. This guy costs $10.25. Got it at Goodwill, fine. Save. Boom. There's our shirt. Okay. Let's add one more product just for safekeeping. Levi's, bottoms, jeans, 31, 36, cost 10, let's say this cost us like $7.68. Got it at Sabres, got it, let's say we got it last week. Alright, cool. So we have these two products in there. And secondary size would be that. That's the only one that has a secondary size, primary size, right? Clothing type, category, and this looks good. We search for just one of them, JQF 036. That's the one we get. How about we search for Aber? Well, that's the one we get. Let's search for BB. Or let's for Levi, LEV. There, well, there it is. Nice. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and now click on a product. And this is the general information that we get. So on this screen, we're going to want to do a few things as well. So let's go ahead and close out of this. I guess we can push up our code from here. Add okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is let's go open up our client now. Source. Let's go to our pages. Let's go to our product page. So this is our product page here. Stream is dead, bro. Where I dropped the ball bad, man. Used to have people in here. Oh gosh. Okay. So we have the get product details right here from utils, and then we have reference data via hooks. So reference data loads all of these, and then object use memo from brands, right? That separates out and kind of returns back those objects. You'll use effect which fetches our product. Fetch product. It's loading is an error. Get product ID. Set product via product data. Fetch product. So get product here. So get product. Let's go ahead and get listing. So get product, we have get listings. Right, so we have a get listings and we'll have get listings, get sales, and get returns for each product, right? Import, so we'll have, let's go to our client API funcs. So we have get product here, create product here. The reference data. So we're gonna do export async function. This is gonna be get listings, right? And what are we gonna do here? So we're gonna say get listings. We're gonna say try client dot get. We're going to do slash products slash listing slash product slash so it would be like with this thing, right? Yeah. So we would do the backticks slash ID slash listings, $sign here. Product ID listings, right? And then this, so I guess we'll have like a sorter attached to it, like sort by, and then search text maybe. Well, not really search text. Let's get products via search text. Yeah, let's just do sort by first, get the listings. Because listings is a list. Okay. We're going to set a parameter question mark. Sort by equals to sort by. Is that how you do it? Oh, you could use this params, I forgot. Yeah. You would query question mark size equals to this. So this is going to have a sort by because it's Python on our back end. So then we're going to catch any error. We're going to return error. Console.log and return error. Yeah. We have to save a package should return, so const data or const listings equals to return listings. We do this thing, I think, to abstract out the data, right? So if you do like this, it automatically pulls out data or something. I really don't know what the JavaScript is behind that, what that does, but because it has a .data associated to this response object from Python. The .data key to that object is the listings, so we kind of extract it with this and return it here. Right. So you catch error, you console.log the say like error get listings. Error. And you return the error. Or throw, sorry. So that would be get listings. I'm going to do this one more time by hand to try to get this down for get sales. So we're gonna have a export async function get sales via sort by. Right, we're going to get sales. We also have an ID. Have to have an ID, right? Right. We're going to do a try. We're going to do const sales is equal to client.get. And what are we going to get? We're going to get /products $ID /sales. How many times have we sold this product? I don't know, is it better to get all how are we going to display this? All of its listings, listing status, all of its sales, and return, and like a return status. So on the sale, we'll probably need a return status. Was the sale returned? No, it'll point, the return will point to the sale that was returned. The listing doesn't point to the product, does it? Yeah, it does. All right, all the product associated with this listing. product has a listings, but it doesn't have listing ID. No. Good. So that's, you can't have two forms. Okay, good. So we get this. We're going to do sort by equals to the sort by here. Right. We're going to do return sales. We're going to catch any error where we will console.log the error get sales error throw the error. Okay, cool. So now we have these two functions, get listing and get sales. So if we go back to our product page, we're going to do get product, get listings, and get sales. I guess we will also, while we're in functions, we'll copy this down. We did it once, twice by hand now. And we'll do get returns of the ID via sort by products returns. Sort by returns. Okay. And then we go back to the product page and add get returns here. So this use effect is async function fetch products. So I guess we'll do async function fetch listings. And what we'll do is set listing loading. We need to make these state variables. Right, set listing loading to true here. Set listing error to null. There's no error right now. We're going to try, and what are we going to do? We're going to call the API. So const listing data is equal to our call to await. It says async, right? Get listings, and this is going to pass a sort by an ID value and have to pass a sort by as well. I guess what we'll do is we will just set sort by equal to maybe we can't define that on the fly here. Oh, shoot. This opens. Get listings. We're going to catch any error and then console log the error on the product page. Error, right? We'll feed the error there. Set loading error to the error state, right? And then I guess finally we will set loading false. because we finished this sequence. So finally set loading, listing loading, listings loading to false because it's no longer loading no matter what. Okay, so we tried get listings via ID. Now sort by. So I guess we'll have to say cons. I'll just define sort by here. And I guess we'll say sort by is what, like descending, decreasing, like. Oh, so so the sort by and then the order, right? Ascending and decreasing, descending. So sort by would be it's on the listings. We want to sort by the listing. What do we? Oh, crap. What do we want to sort by? Let's check it out. We'd want to sort by a default sort of probably the listing start, or maybe created at, like. Oh my god, not this freaking guy, dude. This guy's so annoying. He keeps coming back. Gotta keep banning this dude over and over again. Okay. Okay. So we'll do the listing start. Right. Listing start. So we'll pass the sort by here. Catch error. Okay, and then we'll call listings. Fetch. Fetch listings. Any changes? So we probably have a similar function here for sales, for products. So fetch sales, set sales loading, set sales, error, sort by, sales start. So what did we sort the sale by? Sold at. Sale data. Sales data is get sales. What do you sort by? Here. Set sales. Here. Set sales. Loading to false. Okay, so fetch returns. Return is product. Fetch returns is ID. Set listings, so set returns loading. Loading set returns error. Returns is a returned on. Returned initiated. Sort by returned on. No. So return is a return initiated for the return. Return requested at, right? So it would be return requested at, returns data, get returns. Okay, so we'll do these three things. So we need to establish these state variables for the loadings. So we'll do these down. So invent boom, 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 boom. Set listings. Sales error. And then this will be returns. So use effect. Fetch sales. Set sail. And then these. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, here, this is where we have load reference data, product error, reference error, not product not found, admin header. Okay. This is all that stuff. So we're gonna have here div. I guess we'll do class name. Pixel is 8. Open this up. Inside here we'll do H. Also do a paragraph. And we'll say we'll load all of this into a JSON object or into a JavaScript. We'll say listings. Do this. Else. We'll do the div. We'll say if listings display that else. Yeah, so actually hold on. We'll do the div out front. And we'll do here inside listings and display a paragraph. Then we'll do listings matrix. Okay, and then else do a paragraph that says so we'll say listings loading. Listings loading. Then what will we do? We'll say we'll do a paragraph. It says loading listings. Else listings error. Do paragraph. Then we'll insert into here the listing error. Else listings loading error question mark. Yeah. So listing load, if it's loading, then you're gonna do the paragraph. Else if there's a listing error, you're gonna do this paragraph. Else if there's listings, you're gonna do a listings matrix. Else like if there's no listings, So yeah, now it can get those things, right? Because we need to make those API endpoints. So let's go to routes, products, router, get products, create products. Okay. Okay, so we'll do at router dot get slash products ID slash inventory, sorry, listings, right, with a response model of a product of a listing, read. Oh, not Python. Okay, and so this is going to be an async function. Define get listings given some ID, which is a UUID, a database, right, which is a session equal to a dependency of a getDB call. And then in this get listings, what are we going to do? Well, we need to query the database for listings for that ID, right? So statement is equal to select. What are we going to select? We're going to select the listing object dot where listing dot ID is equal to ID, and these are going to give us all of the listings, and we're going to do dot order by sort. No. Shoot, so products, we have get products. We have sort by here. How do we do that? We have a sorter, right? Sort object on options. Do we have a sort object? We call the sort object order that we want to sort by. It's order by. We're going to order by the so get listings would have a sort by option, right? The sort by would be a, I guess, a stir. What do I have it here as? I don't have it type defined. Oh, I do, and I have it defaulted. Yeah, which would equal to whatever we pass, and then product page is passing what sort by default it was for product get for listings, listing start, right? Which we'll put here. We just have the option of changing that in the front end to override this sort by. So we have the statement select listing. We don't have this, right? So we're going to do from models. Okay. And then we're going to have to do listing right here. So we need to make this schema model. So we're going to statement select where listing in order by the sort by, and then does this have statement equals to selecting order by? Is there like a dot ascending? Let's look that up. How to add ascending order. Oh, so order by listing dot created at. No, so we're gonna get product ID. Where product ID. Hey kitty. Hey kitty. Okay. Or the product ID ordered by sort by descending. Oh, so we listing dot sort by option. Oh, interesting. So how do you dynamically put in the sorter? Oh, I'll just use okay, make it functional. So sort options. So let's do sort options is equal to a dictionary. We're gonna have, what is it? Listing start, right, is going to be, the key value is going to be listing start, listing, and listing and listing let's add a few more. Okay, whatever. Okay, that's fine for now. So we'll do sort by, order by, sort options dot get. And so we'll say actually is a sorter is equal to get by listing start, right? But we have the defaulted to this whatever the sort by is, so we don't really need that. It's the sort column. We're going to raise an HTTP exception if the sorter is done for a status code of 400. Detail going to be an F string, which are invalid. Sort by. Like that, right? So select statement where order by sort options, it would be the sorter, right? Dot descending. And then we just do result equals to await database. Statement. Return. Result. Right? Why do we do the result execute? So failure. Maybe it's execute query unique scalar as well. Okay, execute this query. Unique scalar as well. I don't think our database is async, so I don't think we're going to do a wait there. No. Okay, so we're going to return statement all descending order on the sorter. It's on the sorter. Sort column. String. Okay. So loading. So product page just says loading. Console doesn't pull anything. Loading. Product loading or reference data. So product loading. Got set to true here. Or set to false because we couldn't finalize this. Product loading is false. Okay, so we have an error here. We need to send our front end, right? So we need to go to schemas, listing, .py, from Pydantic, import base model. Okay, and what we're going to do is call this class listing, which takes in from base model. And the basic options for a listing that we're going to want to include at this stage is listings have a product ID. So product ID, which is UUID, product, which is going to be a product. It's going to have a listing price, which is in a float. These are Pydantic models that we're trying to reference, right, actually? This is a decimal. Listing start, date time, right? Yeah. Listing start is date time. Listing end is date time or none. Right. We don't have we don't provide defaults here. No. Unless it's none. Okay. So here or none. Listing end reason. Right? Listing platform. Something like this. This one equals to field GE greater than or equal to 0. This is the date. Time. I know it says or none. Equals to none. So would we use? Yeah, you do use an object. Okay, good. So from UID from server models dot product import product. Is it a product type or is it the product? Different models, products, models. Yeah, and from server dot listing enums. Daytime. Is it decimal at the identity level? Oh, yeah, that's for decimal. So we have a listing here. Yeah. So then we're gonna have a class listing create a listing. You're gonna take in base model and pass. That's all you need to take in. Is you need to give it a product ID. You don't have to give it a product, I guess, because product just is the relationship that comes off. So the product ID, yeah. The listing price, listing start, an optional listing end, which will default to none if there is none. A listing reason, which is one of the listing end reasons. This can be none, right? So listing end reason or none, default to none, because listing end reason can be left blank if not listing, it hasn't ended yet. Or if listing end reason is not ended. Maybe if it's just null, it's probably the better way to do it. Listing platform you have to give. Created by whatever. Sales the relationship. Cool. So to create one, you would give this. Now, class. Hey, Jimmy. Is this like educational project? What do you mean educational project? What does that entail? I'm building it for reals. It's actually like going to be a real business me and my girlfriend run. Listing create class. Listing read. So listing read is going to take in from base model, but you're also going to read all of the you're going to read the you're going to read the you're going to read and provide the ID, which is a UUID. You're going to provide the listing right? We're going to provide the listing, all of these parameters, product ID, listing price, blah, 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 blah. You're also going to provide a created at on the read, which is a date time. You're also going to provide a created by, which is a, right now is a stir none, which is equal to none. And then you're going to provide an updated at to the front end, which is a date time, the last updated time. And that's it. So then our last thing is class listing update, which is going to be base model this time. And we're basically going to take all of these parameters that we want to be able to update and make them updatable or none. So we don't want to be able to update the product. We can do the listing price. We can do the listing start. We can do the listing end. We can change the listing end reason if we wanted to. We can change the listing platform if we wanted to. Right? We can change and add notes if we want to. And so then we have, you can't update the ID, the created at, the created by, or the updated at. No, those happen automatically. So let's just double check. We have size. Let's just see size, product, read, update. Oh, that's source ID. Source ID. Yeah, you can change the listing. Yeah, you can change the product that's tied to this listing. Or no, you just delete the listing. Okay, let's check this. Your dependent schema are generally structured correctly. A couple things I changed. Remove this import models product of product. You don't need it. You only need UAID. Oh, so yeah, listing start happens automatically. Listing start. So what does the listing model say about listing start? Is that mapped default to UTC now? It's listed now. So you can't create a listing start. So listing read ID created at. Okay, so update data. It actually is applied by the client. Okay, so no, kitty, don't do that. I know you're hungry. I'll feed you. Don't scratch them. Listing update. Yeah, let's maybe remove it from listing start. You can't change the start of the here. Okay, so yeah, and the read takes in listing, and so we want to add the listing start here. Which we already have in listing, which is platform, price, and reason. Right, which is going to be date, time. Cool. Listing base models, product ID, listing price, start. Return the base model. Read and create, I think, of a listing start. But create. Hey, kitty! Stop scratching the door. Stop it. Very hungry. Alright, I'm back. Okay. We'll keep cooking here. Alright. Stream dead as hell. Hey Lane, how's it going? A stream idea, karaoke with Michael. What are you using to play this? Probably a NGINX server or something with Hetzner. Maybe I'll self-host. I don't know. Okay, so listing read, listing start. Where did we leave off? Base model, product ID, price, end. Listing start goes in base model. We have to pass. Listing start, so it's like listing start and base model, listing create text base model. Only has those. So listing has a listing start inside of here. Right? Listing create would take base model. Actually, I'm going to leave it like this. Listing start goes here. Listing update. You can't update the listing start base model. Listing read. You can only read it. You can't. I'm just going to take this here. This is what it is. So listing update, listing end. Okay. So now in products router, we have listing read here. I'm going to do from server.schemas.listing import listing read create listing read. Okay. Now we have some other errors here. Probably other schema things, right? Yeah. So now we have to do this, unfortunately, for the sale and the return. So we're going to, we have products router. We can pretty much kind of reuse the same structure here so it goes a little quicker. So get listings, so we'll just be get sales, sale, read. Get sales. So get sales, this means list of cell read actually. A list of listing reads. So now we have ID sort by sale read. It's gonna be sale sold on sold at. Right? Sale has sold at. Right? I'll just remove these for now. So let's go here from import sale. So we have sold at here. Sort options get sort by sorter. Invalid listings. Sort by. Select sale. Where sale product ID. So the sale has a product ID, yeah, tied to the product. Execute this statement. So now we're going to do from server.schemas.sale port sale okay. So we're going to go to our schema. We have this guy here. We're basically going to go here and go sale.py. Self-host for sure. That'd be fun. Import Pydantic. Sorry. From Pydantic, import the base model. Class. So let's bring over our sale class object now. So sale is going to have class sale, which is going to be taken from base model, and this is going to be sale base, and then listing. I should make this listing base. Distinguish those. So sale base is going to pass and own the product ID, which is a UUID. It's going to own the listing ID for what sold, which is a UUID. It's going to have a sold at, which is a date time. It's going to have a sale price, which is a decimal equal to a field where we have greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to I'll wait on that. Sale price. We have, okay, that's fine. Cool. Class sale create. So sale, you have to give it a product ID, a listing ID, a sold at, so that happens automatically with UCC now. I bet you're right. Yeah. So maybe we take in base model here. Now we take in from sale base. We pass. We remove sold at class sale read. which will take in a sold, what you will read, it'll tell you that when it's sold, because that's what happens. It'll give the product ID. You give the sold at, give the listing ID. Get the sale price. What's up, Timmer? So sale price. So read will give you the created by. It'll give you the created at, which is the daytime, and it'll give you the updated at. Right, but sale update. To update the sale, you can't pass it. You can't update the product ID of the sale. You can't update the listing ID of the sale. Do the sale price. What did I do for this one? I did the base model for the update, but I took in listing base for the read. Threw on there. Product ID, listing ID, sale price, sold. Base model on this one, right? Inherit from it, right? And now we can provide the optional none arguments for updating values. So it'd be, you don't give IDs of either of these. You probably could update the sale price. Which is equal to a field. And then this field has to be greater than or equal to 0. Sold at I guess you could update the day it sold if it was wrong or something. Does not fail. How do you do this? How do you define or none but assign a default of a field or none? I don't know how to do that. Let me see here. Your close initiator mixing imports design. Product ID, UUID, listing ID, decimal, sale price, create sale base pass, sale read, takes in sold at, created by, created at, updated at. Oh, so the field has a default, that's well. Right, so we would do from decimal, from daytime, import the daytime module object, and then we want to do field here, and then UID type class. Cool. One thing to change, currently you have sale price decimal or none equals field greater than or equal to. It's default, otherwise you make the field nullable, so only requires a default none because it's actual hash field sold at. But I question sold at and sale update. gets sold as mapped. Yeah. Okay. Bro just chatted in here and bro said hey and then started trying to give advice. Okay. Cool. Let's keep pushing. So listing error is not defined. Product page. So we have those now. We just don't have returns. I don't think we'll probably still need the return part, right? So let's see here. Listing error. Reference error. Listings error is not defined. Listings error. Listings error. 215. Yeah, I couldn't get returns, right? Request failed. That's the last one it needs is returns. So we did the funcs returns here with the sort by. So let's go over to our routes. There we have models returns. Schemas, we need to return schema and we have route here. And we have probably get sales and get returns here. So I'll just rip this. Don't need to retype all of this stuff. We can just retrofit it to what we need. ID returns. Response models needs a return. Read here. Get returns. ID sort by sold at. So returns would have a return requested at probably default, right? Return requested at sorter, get options sort by invalid, return sort by statement select, return where return product ID equals ID order by sorter descending order database statement. All nice. So we'll go here from server models. Return. Star return. Okay, so now we need to add a return schema, right? So let's open up our schema here. Lastly here, return pi from pydantic import the base model class return base, takes in the base model. Let's pull up our return. Okay, so return has ID. Oh, did I not even pass that forward in sale? Oh, whoops. Sale ID. Read the ID here. Was I? Sure. Okay, so return base is gonna take in the product ID. UUID. the sale ID. The return requested at. Return requested at shouldn't default. Yeah, right. So return requested at. You would need this here. Return received at. This is going to be a daytime as well. What does this mean? You don't have to have received this yet in base model. This is going to be just a return status enum. Right. Return reason is a return reason enum. Okay. Class. Hey Cypher, me and my girlfriend, we own a vintage clothing resale company business. We try to get you guys nice vintage clothing at a nice affordable price. We don't like price these vintage resale price gouging piece of crap. We try to just, I don't know, I'd rather sell more volume at a lower margin to get you guys better pricing, to maintain the business rather than higher margin, lower volume. That's like the current business trend of all businesses. Low volume for high margin. Try to stretch margin as high as possible, so we can, to the point where it's a perfect balance of volume or whatever. I don't really think that's like the best interest of the consumer long term. It might maybe mathematically work out, but I feel like there's a flaw in that that's psychological that can't be accounted for mathematically. That's just my assumption. So this is going to be return create, which is going to take in from return base. And what is that going to do? Well, it's going to pass because we just need all of this information. Class return read is going to take in from return base, but you're going to provide the ID itself, which is UUID, and that's it. Give the product ID, product reference, and that object. So then we would also pass on to this one. I'm gonna rip the other guys. Created by, updated at, created at, and class return update. We'll take in base model. And what can you update for the return? You can't update the product ID. You can't update the ID. You can't update the sale ID. You can update when the return was requested. Return requested at. And then we have, what else can we update out of these fields? When we received it, this guy here. The status. I guess that we would have the option to update the status because we would flip the enum. And I guess we would maybe have the return reason update. So let's import these. From server dot models dot return enums. Okay, let's take this and let's get a quick check. This is mostly, guys, see two things I changed, especially the lifecycle architecture. Return update isn't actually partial update right now. Oh, whoops. We need optional nones here for the update because you can pass none for any of these fields or give a field option for this type to update one of these fields, right? It's just saying you could have this one, or you could have all of them, or you could have these two, or you could have this one be none and this one be date time, or whatever, the return status, right? You can update just one of these fields, but you have 4 options to update. We'll put the return request out in a read. We won't allow it to be in a create. It's a good point. So return base on base model, just sale ID, not the product ID, because we have the product ID reference already via in the sale. So then the listing or the sale wouldn't need the product ID because it would be referenced via the listing. Right, the listing has the product ID associated with it for each one of these sale base. To create one, you have to give it a product ID though, to associate with it, which would be the listing that it was tied to. It would be listing ID dot listing dot product ID, right? Because the sale will have a relationship to the listings, to the listing that the sale is tied to, and the listing has a product ID underneath it. It'd be return.sale.product. Give us the would that apply to sale to for listing? Sold base, listing ID, sale base, listing ID, sale ID, and listing. Return base. So listing base. That's the product ID for the listing. Then return base a sale ID, return requested, return received at. I think this is good here. Yeah. One thing I would change about return requested at. Within your schema, what should be, if your database sets it automatically, then return created. Schema separation should mirror what you did with the listing start. Return base has return received at here. Return read as it created by here. But I remove this from return update to return requested at. You can't update the return request. Oh yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So now if we hit this cheese, listing matrix is not defined. So we would just go back to our products page here where we have this listing matrix because we have listings. Listing length is not a function. So we have listings. So let's go to our network and see what we're getting response-wise. Okay, we should have listings, which is empty list, returns, which is an empty list. We should have sales. We're not getting sales. Where are sales? Where are sales? Fetch sales, set sales loading, sales data, set sales via sales data. Cool. Let's go to our get sales function. Products. We're not getting our sales. Not getting any logs either, no errors. How are you structuring this? What is the difference between your sale ID, and product ID? Yeah, so the ID, just regular ID, is a UUID tied to that specific row as its primary key. So you have a row instance happen within a table. That row is identified via its primary key identifier, a UUID ID. Sale ID and product ID are foreign key relations to rows in adjacent tables or related tables for objects of a sale or product tied to this field or this row ID of like a listing, let's say. So it's have you ever worked with like SQL and relational database tables, foreign key and primary key? It's that kind of stuff. So we have an issue here though. Let's go to our router here. Get sales. We have an issue here. ID of sales. Response model is a sale read. get sales, sort option sale dot sold at. I don't think I passed a sorter to it. Maybe that's why. Let's go back to our front end. We did pass that sort by. Sold at. Sold at. Select sale where sale product ID equals to ID. So sale model has a product ID. Maybe we have an issue here. Right, since you just removed product ID from sale, the route needs to change too. Sale slash product ID. Oh, we have to join the listing where listing product ID equals to. My sale still has. You have two separate layers, pedantic schemas, and SQL operating models. You don't remove the product ID for sale. One database you want to normalize sales since you decided that. So sale base. If your relationship is this your sale should be this listing. We're not going to have product and product ID here. Return your product. Yes. So remove those from sale. Return. It's going to remove product from return. Sale is going to have returns. And return is going to have sale relation. Product is going to have listings, returns, and sales. So product doesn't have a relationship to any sales. Listings, any sales on listings. So we have listings which are tied to products and returns. I think that's fine like that. So return has a sale. Sale has a listing. And a listing has a product. So then our router, so get listings, get sales, we're going to have to do get sale dot join sale dot listing. Right, we're going to join on sale.listing relationship where sale product ID. But this is going to be where the listing product ID is, right? Because that's now the relationship where that product ID is tied to. And then in here, returns will be select return dot join, right, we're going to need to join sale right dot return dot sale, the sale associated with this return dot join sale dot return dot sale dot, so we can keep chaining this, I think, return dot sale dot listing, and we can where return dot sale dot listing dot product ID is equal to ID. Server error, function, Axios error, instrument error here. Neither instrument nor a comparator attribute search would return us attribute. Listing as you mean distinct. So then for the listing, or for the return, let's take these two and let's see how that would look with the even further. You're very close, one small over pattern. Typo in listings you have. Oh, I do. Listing end. Oh, this is listing. Yeah, it's good for finding these. Listing end. Return join is wrong. So how is this done? This is really done. Isn't how you express what level relationship traversal. The join is, so it's double join. Okay, so a join on sale dot join on sale dot listing, where listing dot listing product ID. Product ID, order by order descending. Okay, cool. There we go. No more errors. In our network, we got returns, empty list. We got listings, empty list. We're still not getting sales. Hold on, let me go to our corporate router. Here are all our models. We're not getting our sale. We're getting the other ones. Query is the first thing I check. This is the product. How many sales? So our endpoint get sales. Our function is P products ID sales. Hey, what's up?
Lover, quick question, is there food?
No.
I got to eat at 1 o'clock today.
I've been working all day.
Yeah, me too. I'm just getting off. I worked 8 hours. How many hours did you work? I didn't get electric.
I'm coding right now. I'm still working.
Oh my god. Well, I sat down a meeting with the mom and her daughter and Shelly for an hour.
I'm still on a string. Can we talk about when you get home? Alright, cool.
I
Alright, let's do it. Sales sort by. What is going on with this one? I don't think that's it. My client isn't async. Listings and returns. False response await. Client data response listings. Listings and returns are working, but sales are not. Okay, I guess I'll give it my page here. Can't figure this out. 3 bugs this component. One explains why your sales aren't fetching at all. You're never calling fetch sales. Oh, I am. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Come on. So dumb. Fetch listings is an error. Set listings loading. Set loadings error. So is this wrong still? Should I fix the set loadings error? But your state setter is set listings error. Oh. Goofball. Okay, now we have listings, sales, and returns, which should all be empty lists. Yes. Woo! Let's go. Okay, so this is load listings. And then we're going to do listings load, sales load, loading sales, sales error, sales error, sales, sales, no sales. Okay, and then lastly is returns. Almost there. This was a good day. So returns loading. Loading returns. Returns error. Returns error. Returns. Returns. No returns. No returns. Okay, cool. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, so we have this div here, and we'll do a H1. We'll say listings, or say sales. And then we'll copy this H1 into these other ones and do returns. And then we'll copy it lastly into this one for listings. Nice. Hello, keep going. And the update underscore at return update. We write code for people. I don't write this code for anybody else but myself. I think he asked that because he didn't know what those relationships were meaning. That's a fairly standard way of writing the variable names for the foreign key identifiers. Foreign key table underscore ID, ID for the current table. What's going on, Nosh? Good morning, and in the morning. Wow, we have people all over the place. How's it going, Kai? We're coding in Python and in React JS right now. Okay, cool. So now, that was a lot. Oh my gosh. So what did we do there? We did a ton today. We set up, yesterday we did our database models for our listings, sales, and returns. Today, we incorporated front-end and back-end API routes for pinging client to get those. And then we set up schemas to be the middlemen for validating our data with Pydantic for listing, return, and sale in between those API calls, or at that back-end API. And then we took our front-end, formatted the page to call those calls in the use effect, and then conditionally display out here. And then what we'll do is we'll actually just pass as props the list of objects of listings, sales, and returns into. Next time we'll build out components for right here, right? We'll have a returns matrix component, a sales matrix, or just maybe like a sales matrix component and a listings matrix component, and that'll display in a matrix format similar to our products here. We'll probably reuse a similar kind of styling, but different IDs. Maybe we'll just make a matrix component and feed as props a list of headers, so we could just reuse a table entirely rather than having to use individual tables. We'll make that table be completely dynamic with props and then feed everything in there, maybe. Who knows? That'd be a good idea too. Cool. So, nice. And then what we'll do is when you click on a product, you'll have listings. You'll be able to click on the listings and go to the listing page, go to the sale page, go to the returns page, like get information about that, see statistics about the current status and life cycle of everything, and everything is coming together here, you guys. Woo! Nice. All right, a lot of hard work, you guys. And our style doesn't look too bad either. For being fairly rough, it looks pretty nice. So, anywho. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging with me today. Please leave a like if you appreciated this stream. This was, if you're learning React, Python, Pydantic, SQL Alchemy, Alembic, If you're learning like all these types of things, these are great, valuable streams. And I wish I had these streams to watch when I was learning these things. I just learned from finding a bunch of different resources, reading docs, piecing together a bunch of small videos, and trial and error of how to make these things work together. Obviously, prompting AI questions. But thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.